Hello. Want to know who's out there? Don't know how long I'm going to be on for. So, just want to know everybody's thoughts on what's going on right now. With things that are happening right now. It's illegal to have children a half a mile near the protest right now, according to the act. They can take your children if you're too close, or if you just happen to stumble too close to the because of the act that the emergency act that was put in place. I've been looking. I've been doing some search. So they're really amping things up. And it's really important for us to keep calm. Yeah, I know Chris was arrested. He was arrested 30 minutes ago. More of them. They're going to arrest all the big guys. That's what's going to happen. We have to realize there is, in staying calm and staying in our light. Lawyers are on their way, but there's going to be a lot of red tape. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him out right away. Definitely don't want to get him out on bail. I know they don't want to, but they're also what also is happening. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting over, but I just find it fascinating. Some of this is fascinating. So much is happening all at once, because right now we have Blinken urges Russia to use diplomacy and commit to no invasion. So there's a heavier force happening over in Europe right now. And we also have, when it comes to this is all like with the way the astrology is going, and what I put up early, this is really pepping up, pepping up, right? With a lot of the energies that are coming in. So things are going to start getting extremely intense with the energies. People are going to start feeling it more, and especially with a lot of the arrests that are going to be made. They're going to round up what they call the ringleaders. They're going to have them rounded up and have it out there. So this is it's going to be interesting one.
I'll probably be going somewhere tomorrow where I'll be getting 3 square meals a day.
So I mean, she came on and she was posting. Tamara was posting. So a lot of them. I mean, this is going according to Justin Trudeau's chart, and where his chart is, he's not going to give up his power. He's not going to give up what he wants to do and his alignment. Now, when I go and I start looking into the Economic Forum and what both Biden and Trudeau are doing and trying to do is basically drain everybody and drain as much as they can, so that your reliance is on them. They're also going after the opposition. They're going after anybody who opposes what they say. So they're also going after the oppositions and their bank accounts as well. So this, as they're doing it, and they are staying very peaceful. I mean, the arrest, when they arrested Chris, he was very compliant, didn't fight them, knows that the lawyer's going down. The police are going to hold on what they know. The lawyers are going to do what they do. These guys are probably going to be in a holding, could be for a week, it could be longer. I find that when things like this are done, what ends up is that they end up giving the people who got arrested more power, because now the focus is on, look what you did to somebody who's peaceful. Nelson Mandela, look at, he was being peaceful. He was looking for peace. He was looking to bring his people together. Um, so this is going to, and this is also gone worldwide. So now we have the world looking in on everything that's going on what's happening. And we have a huge amount of people that are coming into Ottawa, and they've now made it illegal for anybody going to Ottawa. And you have to have legitimate reasons to going into Ottawa at this time. So if anybody's heading to Ottawa, um, and trying and wanting to get in, they can stop you from entering Ottawa if they have any suspicion of you, or if they look at your anything that you've posted, anything that you have, any part of your social media, wherever your money's going, they can look into any of this. This is also part of the Freedoms Act, and of course, when we have the sun getting close to um, Pisces. Pisces is the media, right? So things can get messed up with the media. And we also have with you Uranus with the news. So things can get really messy right now. So we have to really um look at what's happening. I mean, we have to say in some ways that with the social media, it is really allowing us to see what's happening. And it is quite in an alignment with what the astrology. This is coming in with that as well. So updates are coming in through Twitter and through other forms of social media. And it is going to get a lot crazier. But I know these guys are being, I'm just looking at this, an actual fully functioning cop. So there is coming in more and more. So stay grounded. Stay in your light. Send a lot of energy out there. Ho'oponopono. Send energy also to the Ukraine and Russia, because that's another political ploy that's going on as well. My heart goes out to all the families that are in Ukraine. Um, just thinking that they're wanting to, you know, just think that this is a country that's coming in to invade your country. Poland has already been pulled into it, and all the countries around the Ukraine as well. So there's been deployments going in and around all the other countries, the Slavic countries around Ukraine as well. So this is, as I said, there's all of these timelines that are coming together at once, and it's volatile. It's very volatile. There's a lot of eruptions that are going on, and we're going to feel it. We're going to feel the anxieties. We're going to be feeling a lot of the overwhelmness. So it's uh if anybody actually, the other part too, this weekend, if there's any protesting, doesn't have to be in Ottawa. Remember, he said he's targeting different areas. So all of a sudden, if you are protesting in Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, any of the major cities, they could actually go after or find out your information. So this is a scare tactic that they're using in order to make sure that you comply in the ways that they want you to comply. And at the end of the day, it's going to get messy. I'm just going to say it's going to get messy. Um, this can escalate into a different, very interesting energies and areas, and same in the United States with all the divisions that are going down in the United States as well. With that, just one second, I'm going to see if I can pull up his post that he did today. Jim. And I can share this video with you. Trudeau doubled down smearing. Okay, no, let me go to my history because that's not going to. Because, I mean, they've tried many different things to close him down, and a lot of them had not worked. Because the
violence. But the New York Times said the opposite. Hillary Clinton wasn't involved, and it wasn't.
So a lot of this is stemming down into the States too, with the banks being closed and trying to go after people in the United States. This is also causing, with him doing this is also causing for a new currency to come in. It's forcing a hand for new currency to come in, and for people to start to look into a new currency and a new way of doing things. People are sending me, look at what just happened. I know. People think I'm not on top of this shit, but as an astrologer, I do look at this stuff. Let me see if I can share this. This is Tim Pool. He is a podcaster in the States. And video file, share screen. I'm going to share screen. It's not a video file. So if you find that things start running, if some things might start running slow, that's why this is one of the reasons why we've said to have cash on hand. It doesn't matter if you're not a part of the protest or not, right? But let's see, is it sharing? Here we go. No, I don't. There we go. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this for a quick. Got to bear with me. I'm not good with all of this shit.
The actions of Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden and these powerful establishment elites, I have to wonder if it's on purpose, that they're trying to destroy the United States, they're trying to destroy European nations and Canada, because they want some kind of great reset or great change. One thing I've stated in the past, as it pertains to parallel economies and the Civil War, is that, well, it's one way to get rid of the U.S. Constitution. I don't know exactly about what's going on in Canada, but in the U.S., in order to get rid of our Constitution and the values held by a lot of people, you'll need some kind of civil war. You will need a large faction of people breaking away and saying, we no longer hold these values true. And once that happens, you can come in and sweep up. One way to put it is, from the ashes of the old, we shall build anew. And if the United States stays on its path, which is based on founding documents, sure, they can chip away at the block, and they have. I mean, they've taken away a bunch of our gun rights, things like that. They've violated many of our constitutional rights, and they continue to do so. But if they want a great reset in a short amount of time, they're going to need some kind of great conflict that purges the old, a kind of great leap forward or a cultural revolution. Justin Trudeau ordering the freezing of assets of truckers and those who funded them may have an unintended consequence of exacerbating the parallel economy, pushing us towards civil war. But that's why I say, I wonder if it's on purpose. Maybe they want this to happen. Honestly, I don't know. But the big story right now, banks were absolutely caught off guard by Justin Trudeau's order to freeze assets. And it's probably causing some very serious problems. We are also getting reports that they're attempting to freeze cryptocurrency wallets, which they can't do. So they're telling businesses to stop accepting traffic coins in and out from certain wallets. We'll see if they can pull it off. Maybe. But I think for the most part, probably not. Now, the tweet I have displayed is from a Twitter user, James Melville. James Melville is a verified user communications and sponsorship consultant, freelance writer, liberal. And he says, what the heck is happening to Canada's banks right now? This is a tweet that's going around. Not just him, but many people are showing these images. Scotiabank outages reported in the last 24 hours. We have just in the past few hours, the previous night, 39 reports, around 30 reports. So we have maybe close to 100 reports of people saying, maybe like 70 or 80 reports, that the banks are down. You can see there's some noise going past previous hours, but that's probably just what it is, noise. This huge spike is interesting. Take a look at this. RBC outages reported in the last 24 hours. Now here we have maybe 5,000 or so, a little bit over 5,000. You can see, actually it looks like about 7. You can see here we have about just over 2,000. And then we have around, actually it looks like it might be around 10,000 because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like over 10,000 reports of RBC being out. You have BMO outages reported in the last 24 hours, a huge spike. What does this mean? Well, I can't verify that any of these banks are down. Looking at the peak of how many reports, 31, 15 or so, a few thousand for one bank, I think this is legitimate. I don't think these banks are down. I've gone to their websites.
The banks are not down.
I don't have accounts with these companies, so I don't know. But I'll tell you what I think it is. I think this is people waking up to realize they can't use their bank account. Why?
Exactly.
They've been frozen. So they report it as an outage. Now, it's probably a lot of collateral damage. I'll tell you that. When these banks start freezing things, they're probably getting the wrong people. How do they know for sure? And for a lot of these people in Canada who use these banks, what did they know? They heard people are protesting. They're like, I'll support a protest. Now, all of a sudden, their banks are being frozen? Yes. Here's what you need to realize. The people who funded this stuff, who are funding these truckers, it's not like they're standing on their front porch screaming, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, waving Canadian flags and demanding an end to the Trudeau regime. I'm sure some of them probably are. But what may be happening is that there's some dude slumped over on his desk, clicking away at work, and he's like, filing things and doing data entry. He gets a message from a friend. You see this Canadian freedom thing? They're against the mandates. And he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'll send $20. And then carries on with his job. His focus is not the protests. He is not a zealot. He is just like, yeah, cool. Go truckers. And doesn't really think much after that. A lot of the people who donated, you have to realize, aren't sitting here staring at the news the same way many of us are. So one day, someone online clicks a button and sends $20. And then a week, 2, 3 weeks later, their bank account is frozen. They don't know why. They're not following the news. They report it as an outage. Several people are probably shocked to find that this is happening. This is insanity for Canada to do this. To be going there was so I don't know exactly whose accounts are being frozen, mind you, but there are videos of people going to stores. There's a guy and he's like, I support the truckers, and he swipes his card and it's declined. And he's like, I've got money in this account. They're rejecting it. They won't let me use it. That's how crazy things are going to get, which is going to bring us to a hard parallel economy, precursor to a civil war. I mentioned this years ago when they were engaging in censorship. Man, I know it gets brought up relatively often, but I guess it was a substantial moment. The Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where I was on with Jack Dorsey, Joe, and Vijay Agade.
Okay.
And one of the last things I said to them, if you keep doing this, eventually this country is going to erupt. It's going to be civil war. I can't remember exactly how I phrased it. But my point was, if you keep engaging in this censorship, you are ripping this country apart, and it will result in physical hot conflict. And it has. And it will. And it will continue to get worse. Now.
Hi. So I'm just going to stop the share. So that's Tim. And hi, I'm back. That's Tim Pool, and I've been following Tim for a long, long time. I usually follow a lot of different newscasters. He's been around. He's done. He's a legit newscaster who actually looks into the information to find out if it's true. It's not just reading something just came in kind of thing. But he has mentioned too, and it's funny because he's not an astrologer. He's not a woohoo kind of guy. He's a facts guy, and things that he says, when I look into the astrology, I'm just like, holy shit, you're right on line with what you are saying. And the thing is that what is happening in the States and what is happening in Canada is on the border of a revolution of change that is needing to happen. Here's where we got to stay is like, what kind of change is going to happen because of the segregation and when people's accounts start getting frozen. And especially as he says, the guy who donated $20 at his desk, he's not down there protesting in Ottawa. He's just saying, hey, yeah, I love this is a great cause. Go Canada. I want the mandates ended. Yeah, it sounds good. He's tooling off, doing his thing, not paying any attention. But you're going to find that all of a sudden, accounts are going to get frozen. Mom Pop's little account that they had to go buy groceries that week is gone. That's what those outages are. Those outages are normal, regular people that may not be in Ottawa. Those are the accounts that are going to be frozen. This is going to be bringing in an undercurrent or a new type of economy that's going to come in. Whether it's going to be done above board or below board, is this part of the reset, the agenda? I don't know. I just feel like there's some kind of connection between the summit with Schwab and with others that are coming in. And that all goes all the way back to Blackwood and going back to, being one of the BlackRock and some of the biggest billionaires in the world and the affiliations to that. And also to the to Pfizer and the different pharmaceuticals that they bought up here in Canada in Winnipeg. So there is an interesting flow that's coming out, and it's to be aware. This is going back to be aware, to make sure that you guys have cash on hand, whether it's $300, whether it's $50, but you got some money on hand. Okay, make sure your car's filled up. I would fill up my car this weekend. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. Just saying. And make sure that you have food on hand. With Parliament closing down for a week, things can get kind of crazy. And all of a sudden, people won't be able to get to where they want to get to. Because there's a reason why it was enacted when it was enacted. And it still has to be debated. Tides are changing. Things are going to start getting crazy. And I'm going to say after the 22nd, of February, which is coming up this weekend, things are going to start getting radically a little bit more pressure. But you may not even notice it because you wake up, drive your husband to work, drive your girlfriend to work. This is where things are going to start getting, well, I'm going to block this person. Things are going to start, it looks normal, but it's a slow burn. This is a slow burn that is happening. And it's a slow burn where we're going to find, where do you stand? What does that look like? How do you stay in your light? By doing your meditations and your prayers and staying diligent with that, it's going to be extremely important. Stay aware of what's going on, definitely. But it is going to get crazier. I knew something nutty was going to happen this weekend. And will they have legit reasons to take people's children? Probably. They will. Time to hold on to your knickers. Things are about to get interesting. Yes. And over the next, because Pluto is going over this point 3 times. And with Mars and Venus coming up to that 22-degree point, which is in Capricorn, which is where Pluto and Saturn and Neptune and Mercury all met in January of 2020. This is coming in to bring in some real radical energies of awakening. And of awakening on our destiny of the actions that we want to put forward into our world. So we have to be smart. I've warned people about stocking up since 2019. Um, there is coming in where there's a reason why money was printed off so much down in the United States and in Canada here and around the world. There's a reason. There's a reason why the UK pulled the mandates out, right? Okay, they're pulling the mandates out. All of it's correlated, all of it's together. Like it's a web, but they're all joint together. And what the thing is that this is the crazy darkness of the dark web. All these little lines that are coming together where as light workers, as ordinary people, that we come and we're aware of it, but how do we do our actions? How do we hold the power? And we hold the power because of the light from the full moon ignited our heart energy got ignited. So here our heart energy is getting ignited along with our throat chakra. So if people have been having problems with anything to do with your throat, ringing in the ears, I mean, a lot of that will be happening. Restless leg syndrome might be acting up for more people. Sleepless nights or not being able to get to sleep right away. Today it was just really weird because I was doing my work, and actually I was working on one of my programs, but I was doing work and I just fell asleep. I was so exhausted. I just felt this exhaustion come over me, and I was just like, "Whoa, this is crazy." So I ended up having to talk to the goddess Caffeina and get my elixir, mama's elixir, my coffee. And so that I can just feel a little bit more energy in me. But yeah, things are going to start getting crazier. We're going to have to start really standing in our light and standing firm with everything, even though some of the mandates are being lifted. But the thing is that the state of emergency under those mandates of what they put, that wasn't lifted in Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. They are still, and even under this, um, being pushed. So understand the reason why things like this happen is because they're scared. They know that, wow, all of these people are coming together. And this is why they want to take away guns. This is why every time I go into the car, I turn on the car and I turn on the car. And the radio comes on and I hear the ad about, ooh, uh, the new law for the gun act. And I'm just like, ooh, that's really scary. Because I had a few friends really, say, "Hey, Mary, this is what this means." Right. And really let me know what that meant with the gun act and understanding what that meant. So, thank you to those who let me know about this, um, and let me know about what it really meant with with them, with the assault rifles. What are the assault rifles? What does that mean? And that's the other thing. Educate yourself on what the mandate or what the law is that they want to put in for taking away people's rifles. And some of those rifles are just regular rifles that a farmer has for shooting a stupid fox that's trying to get into their hen house. So this is where it's at. It's like our blinders, the scales of the eyes are coming off. And this is where, when it comes to, with Pluto in Capricorn, what do you want to do? This is your society. What is the society you want to put together? That's Capricorn. Capricorn is about the society. Aquarius is about the groups that you want to affiliate with and how you want to affiliate with the different groups. Okay? So this is where, when we have this energy with Pluto being there, it's saying what is the society that you want to create? And how does that look? And this is why the rewriting of the Constitution, or trying to rewrite the Constitution, trying to rewrite the Bill of Rights that we have in Canada, take it away from us. Why? Control, reset, wanting to control your money, your finances. From this, we might find banks closing. So this is what we have to be aware of and understand. And again, I'm gonna, it's time to hold on to your knickers, as Lisa's saying, and go forward. So Tim went in a little bit further on more of what was happening in the United States, but he also mentioned in his report is that he was saying that if the United States broke off into a revolution and things started to really get hot and heavy in the States, do you not think it will come to Canada? Of course it will. Of course it will. That's why I said a long time ago, borders are changing. There's going to be new borders that are going to be coming up. New borders are changing. So borders are going to change. Things are going to get a little bit crazier. Oh, and on another note, there's going to be an avocado shortage because you won't be able to get avocados from Mexico. So within the 13 days, within about 13 to 14 days, you're probably going to see an avocado shortage because of a discrepancy that is happening between Mexico and the United States, and threatening a health official, an American health official, was threatened, to my understanding, and so there is going to be a shortage in avocados. So where is she?
More bad news on the Mexican avocado ban. Yesterday, the USDA, the U.S. Embassy, and Mexican authorities met for 3 hours, where Mexico presented a new security plan that would ensure the safety of 70 U.S. inspectors. We learned that Mexico is losing $12 to $14 million a day because of the ban, and there is $70 million worth of avocado that will rot. But the U.S. says the new security plan doesn't do enough to keep the cartel out of distribution or to protect the U.S. inspectors. Allegedly, the cartel was stamping avocados from Puebla, Mexico, and saying they were from Michoacan. And when a U.S. inspector caught them, they stole a USDA truck, they beat up some of the staff there, and then threatened to unalive him if he didn't allow their avocados into the export. The president of Mexico was
our avocados
about this ban and went so far as to say that Biden is just intimidated by the quality of products that Mexico.
So the cartel has actually taken over avocados in Mexico. So anyways, so there's going to be a stop, because the thing is that avocados, to come to Canada, they have to go through the United States, and they're not allowing them to come up through the United States. So yay. I'm just a cheery person full of news, aren't I? So stand strong, stand tall, be those beautiful, be that beautiful energy that you are, and allow for things to shine. Remember to make sure you have cash on hand, and making sure that you are stocked up. Begin to stock up. If you're low on funds for stocking up, contact your local food bank. Don't be embarrassed to do so, and contact neighbors, friends, and family, and let them know, hey, I'm really low on some stuff. I know my children use my house as a grocery store, so every time I stock up on something, it seems to go down. So, but that's okay. And if you're able to help your neighbor in doing what in stocking up, or maybe lending a helping hand, definitely do so. This is a time of community, and this is a time of banding together so that we can form something that is very powerful for one another, and allowing ourselves to be those beautiful pillars of light. So sending you guys off so much love and light. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, and all that you be, and all that you do. Stand firm. God bless.